Welcome back, eh? This is the Canadian Silver Seeker, and I hope you guys are having another great day like I am. I just got a special package in the mail. I was talking about this on my channel not too long ago, and I am super excited to open it with you guys. This here is a premium piece of silver. I have been watching this particular piece of silver for over a year now, just waiting for the appropriate price so that I could pull the trigger, waiting to have the money in my bank account so that I could afford it. And after a year, it eventually dropped down to a price that I could afford, and here it is today. Let's take a look. I already ripped off the shipping label just so that it wasn't viewable for you guys there, but I didn't actually cut fully into the box. I wanted to open it with you guys. So, yeah, like I said, this particular piece of premium silver I have been watching for over a year now. I have made multiple offers to multiple different sellers that were all turned down, and I'm glad that they were turned down. There was even one a few weeks ago. I found an auction, and it went by. It was a little higher than what I wanted to pay, and so it went by, and the item didn't sell, and I reached out to the seller, and I asked, hey, would you sell it for this price? And they were like, oh, I'm sorry, we're putting it up for auction for consignment for someone. I was like, oh, okay, well, thanks a lot. And he gave me the date, and I said thank you very much, and they did lower the price. There was another gentleman posted. I'd watched this particular item, had over 12 of them posted at very, very high prices, and yeah, I just wasn't willing to pay for that. Made a kind of a deal with one gentleman on eBay, and while I was waiting a week to get paid, I noticed it even cheaper at another site, so I ended up getting it at Colonial Acres. I've talked about Colonial Acres before. I believe I found them actually on Amazon at first, selling silver, and they have some really good prices from time to time, so I picked it up directly from their site. So what did I get? I got this bad boy right here. Seat in there, we'll put that aside. But I finally got my 2-ounce Voyager silver dollar. So I got this one at over $150 cheaper than the original cost. There's only a 2200 mintage of this specific product, and it is only available to Masters Club Rewards people directly. Let's take a look. This is a super fancy one. This is the most expensive of all the renewed silver dollars, and it is the first renewed silver dollar. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful piece. There's the COA underneath there. Let's take a quick look at that. You can pause that there if you want to take a look at that. 54 millimeters, 2 ounces, 1 silver dollar, made of 4 nines fine. And there should be a mintage on the back there. 1521 of 2200. So like I said, one of my previous videos, don't do what I do. Don't buy premium silver. It's obviously going to be a lot harder to sell in the end than not buying premium silver. But that being said, like I said in my video, I just can't help myself sometimes. Looks like the capsule's kind of coming off there. I don't want to touch that coin. Look at that beautiful 2-ounce coin. Just perfect condition. There is some scuffing on the case, they said, on the capsule. dent in the box. But yeah, that looks like it's pretty darn good condition to me. I guess that's probably what they're talking about, the dent in the box there. But yeah, like I said, I got this one for over $150 cheaper than its original cost. So beware when you buy premium silver, people. This only came out in 2015, 9 years ago, and I'm paying less for it than its original cost. Kitty wants to take a trip by there. Hi, Kitty. But yeah, that's all. You always got to watch out for that when it comes to these high premium silver pieces. The other renewed silver dollars went down quite a bit from the first year. I believe the original cost on this was $650 some dollars. So yeah, I got it for about $500. That was no taxes, shipping included, and I was happy with that deal. I've been watching this guy for about $800 to $1,000, posted everywhere for the past year, and every once in a while it would drop to $7 or so. And yeah, I waited long enough and I got myself a deal, so I'm very, very happy with that. That is going to be one of the last major premium pieces of silver that I buy. I do not I might get the 48 at some point, because it is one of the very few silver dollars that I don't have. One of the only 36 millimeter silver dollars that I don't have. There's a couple more 16 millimeter silver dollars that I want to acquire to finish that set. But other than that, I've got my Germanian Beasts coming out this year that I want to collect whenever they come out. Those are slight premium pieces, but only just a little bit, so they're not too bad. Yeah, other than that, I won't be buying any more premium silver. Everything that I buy will be generics and bullion, bullion stuff that is good values, junk silver to fill my bag and things like that. This is going to be one of the last high premium pieces of silver I buy, unless I buy, like I say, that 48. But that one's definitely going to have to be saved up for if I do get the 48, because that is an expensive one and a key date. So a little bit later here, I was admiring this coin and verifying its authenticity, and I noticed something. At first it kind of took me by surprise. I was like, oh no, did I get a fake coin? And no, it seems to be real. I did notice there is one little imperfection. It might be hard to see here, but there is one little imperfection, like right built into the mirror surface of the coin. Must have been there when it was pressed initially. I'm not too worried about that. I'll never get it graded anyways. But one thing I noticed, I was weighing it out, and sure enough, it weighs about what Numista says. I put it on my scale. It comes out to be 62.71 grams, and Numista says 62.67 grams. So very, very close. And I thought, I'll just take a look at one of these too. And as I got these closer, I was like, wait a second. That doesn't look quite like the same size there. Something seems off. Oh, did I get taken? Like, this one is definitely a different diameter than the other one. So I took them right out of the capsule. Like I said, I was weighing it. These ones weigh on too. I've had these ones for a while from a good seller. But I was like, geez, there's definitely a different size in the coin. And so I didn't actually realize. So I looked on Numista here, and 2015 and 2016's renewed silver dollars are actually 54 millimeters in diameter, and then in 2017 they switch and they become from the 54 millimeters to 50 millimeters in diameter. So they do become a little thicker. And that was the other thing, I noticed the ridges on it. I was like, oh, the ridges don't look the same as the other ones. And as soon as I was pulled it out of the capsule, I was like, this one feels thicker. I didn't put a caliper on it because I wouldn't dare try to scratch up the surface of that. But yeah, I was a little taken for a second. I was like, oh, I didn't realize. So yeah, 2015. I guess that's interesting to note. 2015, 2016's renewed silver dollars are 54 millimeters. And then in 2017, they switched to a 50 millimeter silver dollar. So a little bit smaller, as you can see. It kind of fits right in there. So yeah. Anyways, thought that was interesting. But yeah, it looks pretty good to me. Looks legit. Seems to be made of real silver. So happy with the purchase. Got it from a trusted seller. So like I say, awesome purchase, but still very, very expensive premium silver. $250 an ounce silver. That's crazy. I do not recommend putting a lot of pieces like that into your stack or your collection, for the simple fact that you're gonna take a while to get that back for the most part. Even if I tried to sell this right now, I know the sellers that I had on eBay there, some of them have actually dropped now. And one offered me a deal. I could have got it for $5 cheaper than I got it right now. So, but I was happy with that purchase. I saved basically half of what it was almost a year ago when I started looking at it. I've been watching, like I say, eBay for over a year now, and I was talking to multiple sellers there, and yeah, I saw during that year I've seen at least 10 for sale. I believe there's 10 or 12 for sale right now on eBay in Canada alone, plus there's 1 or 2 in the States. I always take those out of my search history because, like I say, ordering things from the States just is not worth it here in Canada due to the duties and tax that you pay as it comes across the border. Even if you get a really good deal, most of the time it is not worth it. So yeah, I take those ones out, but there's like 10 or 12 of them for sale, and out of the year of watching them on eBay, I only saw one actually sell for around $700. The other ones I've watched sellers literally from over a year ago holding on to the same coin, trying to sell it at the major premiums that they have on there, and they just have not been selling. And well, for good reason. Like, that's crazy prices, but it was one that I wanted to put into my stack just because I love the Voyager. There's a bunch of kilo ones and stuff like that. I will never be picking those ones up. They're super rare mintages and worth way more premium than the 1,000 grams of silver that is in them. Despite the fact that I love the Voyager, the kilo ones, there's at least 2 of them, different years. I will not be putting those into my collection. Definitely not gonna happen. He said maybe one day if I'm rich, the 48, 2 more 16 millimeters. I'll buy the 36 millimeters as they come out, as long as they don't become too expensive. I was interested this year in the 64 millimeter one, I think, that came out. There was a special one that came out here. Let me see if I can find it. It's 110 millimeter. That's what it was. The 2024 Parliament one. It was a replica of the 1939 silver dollar. However, it was a unique silver dollar in the fact that it was 110 millimeters and 5 ounces. And I don't believe that most of the other 5-ounce silver dollars are of that diameter. Most of the other 5 millimeter ones look to be 65 millimeters, according to New Mista. So yeah, the one that came out this year was basically really wafer thin at 110 millimeters, basically double the diameter. It was a very interesting picture. I really wanted it, but at the premium of it coming out at. It was like $650, almost $700 or something like that. I just, it wasn't one that was on my list for current. Too many bills to pay. Anyways, that's it. Just wanted to add this. I thought that was an interesting difference between the 2015 and 16 and the rest of the renewed silver dollars. Other than that, I gotta get back to work, so thanks for listening to me ramble. Remember, it doesn't cost you a single piece of silver or gold to like and subscribe. You guys mean the world to me. Happy stacking, eh?